How do I use the word since? If you find yourself confused about how to use the word since, you're not alone. Since can be a preposition, a subordinating conjunction, or an adverb. That's 3 different lexical categories. There is some overlap between the meanings of the different forms of since, but there are some definite differences. Since as a preposition. First of all, let's review what a preposition is. Prepositions are words like in, out, or at. They show the relationship between other words. Remember that a preposition must be followed by a noun phrase. You can't have infinitive verbs or clauses after a preposition. When we use since as a preposition, we showed that an action or situation started at a particular time in the past and continues until now. Because we're connecting the past to the present, we normally use the present perfect verb form with the preposition since. Here are some examples. Since the party, she has not spoken to him at all. She stopped speaking with him at the time of the party, and she is still not speaking to him. They have been best friends since childhood. They started being friends as children, and they're still friends. She has been ice skating since December. She started ice skating in December, and she continues to ice skate. Sometimes we can use the preposition since without an object. Here's an example. They left town and they haven't been here since. This is the same as they left town and haven't been here since then. They left town on a particular day and they haven't returned. We understand the object of since, so there's no need to repeat it. Please observe that since marks a point in the past. It can be used for a period of time between one point in the past and now, but it can't be used to show a period of time that ended in the past. You can say, Ms. Jackson has been the principal since 2020. This means that she's still the principal now. If Ms. Jackson retired and is no longer the principal, you must use from and to. For example, Ms. Jackson was the principal from 2020 to 2023. Since as a subordinating conjunction. Now let's review what a subordinating conjunction is. A subordinating conjunction connects a dependent clause to an independent clause. A clause contains at least a subject and a verb. When we use since as a subordinating conjunction, it has 2 possible meanings. The first meaning is the same as the preposition since. We show that an action or situation started at a particular time in the past and continues until now. However, instead of showing the starting time as a noun, we show it as a clause. Here are some examples. I have lived in Pittsburgh since I was 22 years old. I started living in Pittsburgh when I was 22 years old, and I still live there. Since he graduated from college, he hasn't been home. When he graduated from college, he stopped going home. You have drunk about 10 cups of tea since you've been sitting here. You sat here in the past, and between that time and now, you drank 10 cups of tea. Notice that the independent clause uses the present perfect verb form, but the clause after since can use either the simple past or the present perfect. The second meaning of since as a conjunction is the same as because. When you use since in this sense, you can use a variety of verb forms. You aren't talking about time anymore. Here are some examples. Since you're not interested, I won't tell you about it. I won't tell you about it because you aren't interested. Since you finished all your chores, you may go out and play. You may go out and play because you finished your chores. Should we invite someone else since he can't go? Because he can't go, let's consider inviting someone else. Notice that the examples used a variety of verb forms. The first example used the present simple and the future simple. The second example used the present perfect and a modal verb. And the third example used the present simple and a modal verb. When since means because, you can use a variety of verb forms. Since as an adverb. Let's review what an adverb is. An adverb is a word like very, quickly, or often. An adverb modifies a verb, adjective, or another adverb. Adverbs can express things like frequency, degree, time, or level of certainty. When we use since as an adverb, we're always expressing something related to time. There are two possible meanings. The first meaning of since is similar to ago. It shows that an event happened before the present time. Here's an example. I received your letter sometime since. The second meaning of since is similar to subsequently. We use it with an event that happened after a time in the past. Here are some examples. Jane was poor in high school, but she worked hard to build her business and has since become rich. We were divorced 2 years ago, and he has since remarried. To summarize, since can be confusing because it can be a preposition, a subordinating conjunction, or an adverb. Depending on which lexical category it is, the meaning and the type of grammatical structures you can use with it will change. In most cases, the meaning of since is related to time, but it can also be used to connect a cause and an effect. Thank you for listening. This is Christine with Difficult English Explained.